Up and down like some stop. Spit it, watch me flop. This industry ain't giving no props. Kicking the dope up the ops. We thinking outside the box. We coming up on some loot. First our vision, move with skill, precision, focus and shoot. Up and coming like the sun when rising deep into my mind and see what kind of person I am. Maybe we got something in common. Time is ticking, time to get it. No bullshitting, take a listen. See how we sparkling and glisten. Omnipresent, can't you feel it? I'm up.
How my journey began. It's graduation time. Family is very important to me, including my puppies. The Marine Corps played a huge role in my life and allowed me to be ambitious, inspiring, a mentor, and achieve all of my goals. As a financial expert, I've received multiple awards, done various events as a guest speaker all over the U.S. with my platform of creating healthy financial habits, along with having my own business, all leading up to my show. Come along for the journey.
Hello, Gems, and welcome. For the month of June, I'm going to be highlighting the achievements of men who are fathers and mentors, not only to their children, but to other individuals as well. They have successful careers, are inspirational, and impactful in the communities around them. This is our Happy Father's Day edition, and here are a few statistics on dialysis and music producers. Kidneys can become damaged from a physical injury or a disease like diabetes, high blood pressure, or other disorders. High blood pressure and diabetes are the two most common causes of kidney failures. More than 661,000 Americans have kidney failure. Of these, 468,000 individuals are on dialysis, and roughly 193,000 live with a functioning kidney transplant. While kidney failure is often permanent, beginning as chronic kidney disease and progressing to end-stage kidney disease, it can be temporarily. If one experiences acute kidney failure, dialysis is only necessary until the body responds to treatment and the kidneys are repaired. In these cases, dialysis can be temporary. Patients making the decision not to have dialysis will ultimately pass away, but often by other causes, and many times will pass away with some kidney functioning remaining. Once you are added to the National Organ Transplant waiting list, you may receive an organ fairly quickly, or you may wait many years. In general, the average time frame for waiting can be 3 to 5 years at most centers, and even longer in some geographical regions of the country. After 1 year of treatment, those on dialysis have a 15 to 20% mortality rate, with a 5-year survival rate of under 50%. People who receive transplants have a survival rate of about 80% after 5 years. And so here are some tips for preventing kidney failure. Manage your blood sugar. Diabetes increases risk for heart disease and kidney failure. Manage your blood pressure. Maintain a healthy weight. Eat a healthy diet. Reduce salt intake. Drink enough water. Drink water. Limit alcohol and don't smoke. So, Gems, now it's on to something more upbeat. The demand for knowledgeable music producers is on the rise. Though new jobs in music production are expanding, competition is fierce. This makes aspiring music producers stay on their game. The record royalty for a music producer is usually between 3% and 4% of the record sales prices, or 20% to 25% of the artist's royalties. Now, who owns the masters? First and foremost, the artist should own the master recordings once the producer fee is paid. In rare circumstances, the producer might own the masters or have some co-ownership interest, but that is definitely not the norm. Almost always, an artist should own their masters. Now, who are the top 5 wealthiest producers of 2021? Number 5 is George Martin. Number 4 is Nile Rodgers. Coming in at number 3 is Rick Rubin. Number 2 is Max Martin. And you guessed it, number 1 is the Dr. Dre. Here is the list of hip hop's richest beat makers and producers. You want to know who gives you that hot beat that you can listen to during the summer? Here's your top 5. Timberland coming in at over $80 million. Number 5 is the Neptunes. That's right. I love me some Neptunes. They're coming in at $150 million. Number 3 is Rick Rubin at $400 million. Number 2, P. Diddy at over $700 million. And always, number 1, Dr. Dre with over $750 million. Now, I want to say gems. We all know he's worth the billions, but this just is specifically talking about his beats. Now, for today's guest. He was born in Atlanta, Georgia. Growing up, he always wanted to be a comedian and a radio personality. The first time hearing a song, he loves listening to the lyrics of the song. He doesn't have a favorite artist. Rather, he enjoys listening to the originality from each artist's music. He currently resides south of Atlanta in Clayton County. That Clayco, because that's where I'm from. That's right, because that's where I'm from as well. So, Jims, let's welcome my fellow Morrow High School alumni, friend, president, and CEO of BlakCrown Multimedia Enterprise, Javerick 100 Trillion Boyce, to the show. Welcome.
Hey, I'm pleased to be invited and be a guest on your show.
Thank you so much for coming. So we got a lot to talk about. So let's go ahead and get started. So first and foremost, you are a father. What has that experience been like for you for these 22 years?
It's been crazy. It's been a blessing. I've been able to give her the knowledge and experience that I've had, so that she could possibly learn from my mistakes and not make the same mistakes. Because coming up in the era that I came up in, of course, making mistakes was a normal thing. And I was raised by young parents, so they didn't have, all the knowledge and experience that, that they maybe should have had at the time.
Absolutely. And how old is your daughter? I kind of gave the Jims a little hint, but how old is he now?
She's 22.
I love it. 2022. So
Yeah.
What is your favorite memory of being a father?
Wow, just watching her, like the things that I teach her, watching as she kind of it gives examples of those teachings throughout the things she does, throughout the things she said, even, especially at a younger age. Not knowing that some of the things, like children are real sponges. A lot of things that I didn't know she was paying attention to, of course she was. And I would see it later, like, wow.
She paid attention. I love that. I love it, because you are your first mentor to your children, and what you put into them is what's going to come out.
Definitely.
So what advice do you have for soon-to-be fathers and men thinking about becoming a father?
Be present. That's most important, and not just present, but be vocal, be caring and vocal about your caring. A lot of us men, especially Black men, are taught not to, share our feelings, or, you have to share your feelings with your children no matter what, even especially as a man, because they have to know that you have feelings, and you know that you are not, just a cold-hearted individual, and being present, teaching them things, and doing things with them. Of course, money is not as important as being present, because sure, you can get money from anywhere.
Absolutely. So their involvement in the child's life is highly important, and making sure that they are available and present. I definitely love that. So we're going to switch topics to your primary career. So how long have you been a licensed dialysis technician, and who motivated you to seek this profession?
I've been a licensed dialysis tech for 5 years now. I've been working in the field for 6. And I was inspired by my mom, Mrs. Loretta Head. She, she incredible. She actually trained me in dialysis, and I was on a job 7 years ago, and things were not looking so, bright. And I was expressing my frustrations with her about it, but she had been trying to get me into dialysis for since my adult years, because she's been doing it for 35 years now.
Right.
So, yeah, she's been working in the field for 35 years now. So she kind of talked me into it, at that time. So I started taking classes and went to the clinic that she was working in, and she trained me, and I was blown away because she has so much knowledge in the field,
right,
that I was, ignorant to. And, everybody at the clinic kind of ran to her for their needs, the nurses, the other technicians. And so, of course, my antennas was up then, so I took in as much as I could.
Absolutely. So what's the average salary for a dialysis technician?
Average salary, starting out, you could make 35 to 40.
Great.
But if you get certified, you can make 50 up, and it doesn't take a lot to get certified, but you can't work in the field long until they'll allow you, I think, 18 months to work in the field without being certified. But after that 18 months, if you're not certified, you don't have a job.
Absolutely. Certificate. I like the fact that, I'm picking individuals such as yourself that have these amazing careers, and it's a certificate, trying to get people away from thinking you need a 4-year degree. You don't always need these certificates that make the difference. So how long? Oh, go ahead.
And I was going to say, you can work just about anywhere in the world. If you're certified in dialysis, you can work all over the U.S. and certain other countries. But you have a job no matter what, and it'll be a great career if that's what you're looking to do, because you can, of course, move up into nursing. Yeah,
you can move up and spread out and grow from those things. So how long does a dialysis take for an individual?
One dialysis treatment can take anywhere from 3 to 5 hours. And that's, that's 3 times out of a week for every day until you get a kidney transplant, or your kidney miraculously starts to work again, or, the rest of your life.
Or the rest of your life. Wow. That's just, guys, I'm telling you, I gave you those tips to help prevent kidney dialysis, because this is a serious disease and disorder. And 3 times a week is 3 to 5 hours each time is a lot of time to take out of the day to just live,
right?
To come here and live. So who are the most common recipients of dialysis?
And that's a interesting thing that you asked that question. And this show is for Father's Day. The most recipients of dialysis treatment, so let's just say kidney failure, in my area, that I'm in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and it's mostly Black males. Every clinic you go to, you're gonna see Black males, and then the second most people you're gonna see are Black females, and then you have other races, and other color races. I don't know, that's a messed up term. But,
I got you. Other ethnicities. I know what you mean. We know what you mean.
But see, white is always the least race that you're going to find in just around my area. I mean, I guess maybe because it's a predominantly Black area. I don't know. But, throughout Atlanta, I've worked in a few clinics from East Point to Decatur to Midtown. And it's kind of terrible. It looks sad for us. Yes. That's why I'm always expressing drink water. Because as long as your kidneys are functioning and you drink water, you can go ahead and keep your kidneys healthy. because you're cleaning your body out, you're cleaning your kidneys out.
Right.
But you're not drinking water. When your kidneys fail, it'll be too late. Water becomes your enemy because, once your kidney fails and you go on to dialysis, you have to ration every drop of water that you drink. And, in hot summer days, people tend to drink more. And that's when we see, more people getting sick, from dialysis or from the lack of dialysis.
Right. And what is the youngest patient that you've ever treated so far throughout your career?
At the clinic that I used to work at, we had one patient and she was 17.
Right.
So, and I've heard about even toddlers. I haven't witnessed it myself, but I heard about even toddlers being on dialysis. So it's not an old person's thing. Kidney failure is not an old person's disease. People, seem to think that, a lot of things can cause kidney failure, but the majority of things that I've seen have been the things that we put into our body or the things that we don't put into our body, like water, fruit, vegetables, herbs, spices. Those things are good for every organ in your body.
Absolutely. And why do people choose not to receive dialysis treatments? I know you've seen some of that.
Yeah. Some people don't. Some people maybe after your kidney fails, you may pass out and wake up on a dialysis machine, and they may feel like this ain't right because it's a change to your body. You have a tube that's pulling blood out of you, and you have a tube that's pushing blood into you, and this is 3 days out of every week of your life. So some people feel like they rather die. I've talked to people that said they rather die than to go on with dialysis. Right,
because like you said, it's 3 times a week for the rest of your life until you get a kidney transplant. And James, you guys heard the statistics. You can be on that waiting list 3 to 5 years, and that's an average.
Yeah,
that is an average. So
I've heard of people being on the list for 10 years.
Right.
So there's no guarantee. There's no guarantee. You have to take care of yourself while you have the chance.
Wow, we have one life. Yes. So from your perspective, what is some advice you can give to people based on what you saw and to encourage people to better care for themselves? We've already said a lot, but just give them those finer pointers.
Man, make sure you are taking in plenty of electric foods. That's foods that are from the earth, and foods that give back life to you. More fruit, vegetables, drink plenty of water.
Yes.
Drink plenty of water and exercise. Exercise. Don't think you're too old to exercise. Don't think you're too big to exercise. If you have to get out and walk around the block 1 time a day, eventually that 1 time gonna turn into 2 times.
Right.
Then 3 times. You're gonna be feeling more better. You're gonna be feeling better and better about yourself every day. But you have to take care of yourself now because unless you just want to die.
Right.
There's no in between.
Absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely no in between. Definitely met a lot of people who are just live today, just live for today. And when, like you said, they wake up on the dialysis, that is you living for today and not taking care of yourself. So just take care of yourself. That's all we want you to. The less amount of people we can see on dialysis, the less amount of people we can see receiving this treatment, the better for you, not just for us, but the better of your life expectancy and those who love and care for you. Yeah. So now it's time to talk about music. Let's talk about music. So when was the idea to create BlakCrown Radio? Take us down that journey.
So me and my brother Roderick Slickster Boyce, we've been artists since the 90s. We've been independent artists. I've myself tried to, I was offered a contract in the in the mid 90s. Things didn't go through with that. Been pursuing different contracts with different companies. And apparently, back then you had to be exactly what the label was looking for at the time that they were looking for it. So, and then there was a lot of politics mixed in the music. So in 2017, before 2017, maybe 2009, we started our own record label, which is BlakCrown Records. And we started to push independent music, our own music, plus other independent artists that we knew from the area, from Southside Atlanta, plus anybody else that we were cool with, no matter where they was from. But so we noticed, like, I had a pretty good relationship with a couple people that are in the industry, but they couldn't do anything to help us,
right?
Because of the way we were trying to go and the way that the music was going. So we were just not on the path. So in 2017, me and Slickster were talking, and we were like, we need our own radio station,
right? So
that the independent artists can have a voice. The people that may be trying to get a deal, or the people that don't want a deal at all. Because at this point, I don't even want a deal.
Right.
Some people that do want it, I don't think it'll be, not as an artist, maybe as a record label, get a label deal. But so we wanted to give the independents a voice, and have their music on rotation and on a platform. Because if you listen to your radio station in whatever city or state you're from, you may hear maybe 20 minutes of independent music, maybe an hour, but the independents really don't have a shine, and they're gonna put you on the hours that people are not, known to listen. I've been on stations here in Atlanta plenty times throughout the years, and it's been like, it's only for me to hear, because they'll play it at a certain time,
right?
Where, and if you don't catch it, you don't catch it. So yes. So that was our main focus, for the indie artists, not just independent artists, as well, entrepreneurs, because a radio station can give voice to a lot more people than just musicians. They give voice to lots of people that's trying to do advertisement, promotions,
Absolutely. So GEMS, basically, BlakCrown Radio is there to represent the artists who aren't getting any radio play. And maybe you don't have the budget to get your music played on the radio station, because that's a major source of influence, which is budgeting. And Javerick said it, radio stations play what they want you to hear based on the funding that the artist or the record label has given to them. So trust and believe, it's a whole lot of politics behind it. BlakCrown Radio was started because they wanted to have 24/7 an outlet for independent music artists. Now share what the acronym means. So that's a huge one. Share what the acronym means.
Okay. Now I will say this before I share the acronym. We don't charge the artists anything. We play their music. They get up to 6 spins a day on the station. Plus, we offer them a chance to be interviewed on my show, which is up and coming. So that gives them another avenue where people can actually hear who you are, what you have to say, find out more about you. And in this day and age, that makes people want to listen to your music more when they see what type of person you are. Yes. I've experienced that myself. I went and saw an interview from a rapper that's been out for 30 years. And I never listened to his music back then. But when I saw the interview, I found he was an interesting person. It made me go back and listen to his music. Because I was like, wow, this dude, I thought he was a dummy, honestly. And just listening to his interview, I was like, wow, he's kind of intelligent. So,
absolutely. And the acronym.
The acronym, okay. It's bestowing legacy amongst kings, creating royal organization within Nubians. And
Love that.
it stands for bestowing legacy amongst kings, creating royal organization without negativity. So we use those interchangeable. They're still, the same. And that's BlakCrown. We came up with that in 2008, maybe 2009. And it started as a clique because I was a part of another record label, and I was just one-third owner of the label. And when we parted ways, I just turned my clique, which was BlakCrown, into the record label because I started my own label. We have the clothing that's named after BlakCrown.
Mm-hmm.
And we're about to start a female line, this BlakCrown, and that's going to stand for bestowing legacy amongst queens, creating royal organization without negativity. And that's still BlakCrown.
I like it. I definitely like it. So why is it important to have Black representation on your radio?
Well, I mean, it's important because what I've witnessed since, I've been into music forever. I love music that's been around since way before I was born. And I'm a historian. And I've witnessed that the music sets the tone for the Black community. And, it kind of sets the tone for how we treat each other as well.
Right.
And so every time our music gets more and more, ratchet, it seems like we do too. The vibe of our communities, when we had, the Marvin Gayes, and we had the people that were more on positivity, and the people that were on, brotherhood and sisterhood. That's what we had in the community.
BlakCrown Radio and the Black representation, you'll be able to control the image, whether it is a positive one or just putting out music that can better hype up the community in a positive way. So who is BlakCrown Radio for?
Well, it's actually for everybody. It's actually for any independent. Is because we have all genres of music on BlakCrown Radio. We have all walks of life, artists and producers on BlakCrown Radio. So it's not just for Black artists and Black producers, but we do cater to the urban communities. We cater to urban music, although we have more than urban music, but that's our main focus. So whether you are Hispanic, if you make urban music, Hispanic people have urban communities.
Right, they do. They have their reggae tone, and it's open to all genres of the music community. So what are your next steps and vision for the radio station?
For the radio station, we have For the radio station, we have some community service type of deals that I have someone knocking on my door. Hold on.
You need to get it, and I'll pause it. So what are the next steps and vision for your radio station?
So for the next step, the vision for the radio station is to be more involved in the community. Right now, since we're in Clayton County and South Metro Atlanta area, we'll be focused on this area. We'll be, doing cookouts, and we'll have some artists from the station doing maybe block party shows, giveaways, things for the kids. Since we do make T-shirts, we'll be giving away T-shirts, things like that. So hopefully that'll be this summer. I'm in the process of moving right now, so that kind of threw everything off. But hopefully it'll be, by the end of this summer, we'll start that up. And it won't be just a summer thing. We'll try to do it for every season at least once per every season.
I like it. So you heard that Jim's BlakCrown radio station is coming to the communities.
Yes.
And so be on the lookout for that. So Javerick, thank you for all that you do on both of your careers. And it's so much appreciated by those around you.
Okay.
So gems, it's time for your financial gems. Your financial gems for today are always pay yourself first, live within your means, not the lifestyle that you want, but the one you currently live. Make purchases that are investments, such as vacant land, commercial or industrial property, residential property, single-family homes. Don't forget to set up your retirement accounts, such as annuities, Roth, and of course, my favorite, life insurance. You can always, always, always invest in yourself. Number 4, making sure that you have a budget for all of these things. Like I said, creating a beat and or going to a music producer is definitely going to cost you. Make sure that you budget for that. That way you can get the best quality from the top hit producers and beat makers throughout the country and in your local communities. Make sure you reach out to BlakCrown Radio as well. And finally, your final tip for today is always, always, always take care of yourself. I say we're investing in yourself, but this is more of a health thing. You are investing in your health. We said it earlier, by what you eat, by what you drink, by what you listen to, making sure that negativity doesn't get into, because that ultimately is what's going to come out. So invest in yourself. So it is our show custom to have every guest provide our gems with an inspirational quote. Javerick, what is your personal inspirational quote you would like to share with the gems today?
Well, I do have a personal financial inspirational quote that I live by.
Yes.
And that is, when it comes to money, it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it.
I love that. That's awesome. Also, one of my quotes too is better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Right. Always, always, always. So again, Javerick, thank you for being a guest on the show today and being part of our journey.
Appreciate your invite, and you have an awesome platform. I just say I salute you for everything you're doing. Like y'all make sure y'all stay tuned, because Jewel she has some good things going on.
Thank you.
Community, lots of good advice and information.
Thank you so much. So gems, creating healthy financial habits is a lifelong commitment. Remember, without change, there be no butterflies. Changing habits, changing futures, and changing lives are all up to you. Till next time, gems, take care.